Shiloh! Hi, honey!
Living in a picturesque portion of Kutztown, Diane Merzbach loves to get outside with her animals.
Hi, guys. I know. I'm sorry I don't have anything to throw in for you.
But due to her weight, it wasn't always easy for her to be active.
I always liked hiking. I always liked walking with the dogs, but I always would research the hikes beforehand because I'm like, can I actually do it? Can I make it up without, like, my lungs exploding and me dying kind of thing? You don't know what to make of it either.
The number on the scale was something the marketing specialist had to deal with her entire life.
So it's been a struggle from pretty much the time I was born. It's always been a subject of conversation, always been something that I've had to focus on in some way, shape, or form.
Merzbach was adopted as an infant and describes her family as athletic, saying they were active and ate a balanced diet.
I was always different than my adoptive family, who they are my family. They are all extreme athletes. They are all super in shape. I was always kind of the oddball out that always seemed to have that struggle. And after getting to know my birth mother and my birth mother's family, everybody has the same issues that I have.
In her case, genetics may play a role in how much she weighs.
If it was just a lifestyle, then I should be more like my adopted family because that's how I was raised.
Obesity involved in many different factors. One of them is genetics. Genetics, it's tough to separate out. There's a nature-nurture situation, but probably 40 to 70% of obesity has a genetic link to it.
Dr. Richard Borse is the chief of the Division of General Surgery for Lehigh Valley Health Network. He also directs the weight loss surgery program there.
People don't realize that the weight affects their health. It affects how long they live. It affects medical problems such as diabetes, high blood pressure, sleep apnea, gastroesophageal reflux, arthritis, and many other diseases.
After failing to reach her weight loss goals for years, Merzbach turned to Lehigh Valley Health Network for help.
I tried everything from diet, exercise, doing it on my own, working with a nutritionist, and then eventually decided to look at surgical options as well.
She connected with Dr. Borse to learn about bariatric surgery.
But bariatric surgery has been around for approximately 60 years now, where surgeons have been doing things to help people lose weight by altering their GI tract.
The two types of bariatric surgeries at LVHN include gastric bypass and a sleeve gastrectomy.
And the operations are both restrictive and malabsorptive. In restrictive operations, we make it so the patient can eat fewer foods, can eat a smaller amount of food and feel full. And malabsorptive ones means that they'll get fewer calories out of the food that they do eat.
Merzbach was a candidate for surgery.
So this is a body mass index chart. So what it has is on the vertical column, it has your height. Across the horizontal column, it has your weight. So if you take your height and say you're 5'10" and 250 pounds, you look to see where those two lines intersect, and that would give you a body mass index of 35. Patients who are candidates for weight loss surgery usually have a body mass index that's greater than 35 or greater than 30 with medical comorbidities.
Before hitting the operating table, patients must take classes to learn about the process.
So anybody that's contemplating undergoing bariatric surgery goes through about a 3-month program that teaches them how to select foods, read labels, exercise, portion control, and other aspects of their lifestyle that helps get them the best success with the surgery postoperatively.
Along with that, you also have to meet with like a nutritionist and meet with the Lehigh Valley Health team periodically within, I think it's about 4 months prior up to your date of surgery as well, to go through all the nutritional aspects and things like that too.
The physician says the procedure itself is minimally invasive, making small incisions to complete the surgery robotically.
Typically, patients spend about 24 hours in the hospital, going home as soon as they're tolerating liquids. When they go home, they can walk around, they can do stairs, they can ride in the car, no driving for a few days, no heavy lifting for 3 weeks, and then they're back to normal.
For the first week, it was just trying to walk from one place to another without being hunched over and letting the sutures heal. After that, the biggest pain was if I ate too fast or ate something my body wasn't ready for, and then my stomach was like, nope, not gonna do that. So overall though, it was not bad at all, which I definitely lucked out on. Broccoli is actually my favorite vegetable. My stepson's favorite is carrots, hence why I make a lot of carrots now too.
The surgery worked and results came fast.
For the first couple months, it was a steady decline, which is great to see on a scale. And then after about 6 months, I hit a plateau for a little while. So I went back to the initial plan.
Since the surgery about a year ago, Merzbach says the number on the scale has yo-yoed a bit, but she says her nutrition plan helps to get that back under control.
There is an amount of checking and balancing you have to do from yourself to really stick with the program. It's not just an end-all be-all.
The operations are meant to be a permanent fix. We don't do it for a little while and reverse it. It's a permanent thing that we do to rearrange their GI tract. It's a tool, and it's not magic. Like any tool, you can use it the right way or the wrong way.
I know. Despite the ups and downs, Merzbach has lost a significant amount of weight post-surgery.
It's something like 157 pounds, I think, total. There was about 30 prior to surgery, and then the rest was after surgery.
Having this big backyard, the kids play football and baseball all the time back here, so now we can actually join them playing versus just standing on the sidelines or being the catcher, so I don't have to move.
And she says she's back to the active lifestyle she hoped for.
I can just go up a mountain and be perfectly fine. So it's nice being able to do the things I love more often than what I was able to do before.
You're such a good girl.